What's up, guys? My name's Jason from Guitar Ninjas here at the Players Club in Burbank, California, and welcome to Guitar. Now, if you're one of our regular subscribers, this video might not be for you because this is going to be bare bones beginner guitar 101, everything that you need to know to get going on the journey of guitar. And if you are new to guitar and you're new to Guitar Ninjas, please go ahead and click the subscribe button. And if you want, go ahead and please join our newsletter. The link is in the description box below. And that's how you can get some additional free content and just other things that we talk about. We do giveaways and stuff like that. So, beginner guitar. A few things you're going to want to know before we really get started. Number one, guitar is a journey. You're not going to get amazingly good in 2 or 3 days. It does take time. I've been playing guitar like 26 years. So, and I'm still getting better. I'm still working on my craft. It does take time. There are peaks and valleys along the way. Like, you're going to feel like you're making progress, and then you're going to feel like you've plateaued, and then you're going to feel like you've gotten worse, and then you're going to feel like you've gotten better. Totally normal, okay? That is totally normal. So if you go into this with what we call a growth mindset, meaning you're ready to take on the challenges, you understand that you're going to fail at some of these things, but you also understand you're going to learn from those failures and get better, then you will eventually succeed on guitar. Now, you do want to have a goal in mind, and it could be whatever you want. Maybe it's just that you want to play songs at a campfire, or you want to eventually one day play in front of an audience, or you want to write your own song. But it's just super important that you have some kind of concrete goal to work towards as you play, because it does require practice and it does take time, and there's going to be days that you don't want to play and you don't want to practice. But if you have that goal in mind, I've found, and I've seen this through my students, you're much more likely to succeed when you have that detailed vision. So to start off with, before you even play your guitar, really write down why you're playing guitar. What is it that you hope to accomplish? Now, don't go, I want to learn how to finger tap. Like, make it very clear and something that's meaningful to you. For example, when I started playing guitar, I wanted to write songs. So my whole vision was I'm gonna learn as many chords and strum patterns as I can so that I can write my own songs. And, things evolved from there, but that kept me going when things were challenging in the beginning. So definitely have a purpose or an intent as you get started. Now, the next thing you want to know is that it's really important to create a routine for your practice. And that goes all the way down to just setting up your place of practice. So leave your guitar out. Don't put it in its case every time. Now, obviously, if you have little kids running around or an animal that might knock it over, okay, that's fine. But you do want to try and keep your guitar out of the case on a guitar rack or stand so that it's easy to grab. You want to lower the barrier for not practicing. And I've found through my students over years and years of teaching that if their guitar is not out and easily accessible, then there's plenty of room for excuses to be made on why to not practice. So try and find a comfortable place, a comfortable chair that you can leave your guitar near, that you can just sit down, you can pick up, and you can get to work. So make sure that you got that going on. Now, another important tip is you want to tune your guitar before every practice session. It's very important because there's nothing more uninspiring than picking up your guitar, strumming, and it just sounds terrible because the strings are out of tune. Guitar tuners are free. You can get apps. There's it's Guitar Tuna on the in the App Store. You can get Fender Guitar Tuner. I think that's a really good one. You can buy a little clip-on tuner for the top of your guitar on Amazon. Those are like $8 or something like that. So there are many options to tune your guitar. You want to make that habit to pick up the guitar, to tune, and then know what you're going to practice. Okay, so I did another video on my channel. You can check that out. But now that stuff's out of the way, let's talk about some more basics, like how do you hold your guitar? Let's just start there. So every guitar is basically the same in that there's a rounded part at the bottom. That goes right where your leg intersects with your hip. Okay, so you want to try and keep the guitar close to you. Now, some people hold it classical way, where the guitar is in the middle, and that's fine. You got to do what's comfortable for you. But most contemporary players will keep the guitar on one leg, holding it close. Now you take your my situation, my right hand, it goes over the guitar, and I'm pulling the guitar towards me lightly through my elbow. I'm securing the guitar in place so that my what's called fretting hand, my opposite hand, can just rest underneath of the guitar neck, right? I'm not going to strangle it. I'm not going to pull it back here. I'm just going to rest it so that I can move. So this hand secures the guitar. The guitar sits right at the hip joint there. And this hand just cradles the guitar. You want to make sure that the fretboard is pretty even, parallel with the floor. You don't want it going down too high. You don't want it going up too high. As close to parallel as possible. Now, you hold your guitar pick right here by taking the rounded part of your thumb and lining it up with the rounded part of the pick. It's going to be hard for you to see this. I'll try and give you a demo. It would go like that. Okay? So thumb goes behind, and then your pointer finger curls, and it's going to go on an angle so that the knuckle and the fingertip cut across the backside of the pick. So you go to that rounded edge, you line up the pick so the fingertip cuts straight across like that, diagonally. Thumb goes in place. You hold the pick in front of you. It should look like an upside down triangle, okay? You don't want to put too much thought into holding the pick at this early stage of your guitar playing. Just kind of hold it with what's comfortable, but that is a good way to go ahead and do it. Don't apply too much pressure with your fingertips. Just hold the pick, okay? Just keep it loose. Now, you have 6 strings, but 5 different notes. I'm a believer that it's more important to get the note names down rather than is the numbers. So you can call this 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like you can number your strings. I found that to be very inefficient. Learn the note names. So you have E, A, D, G, B, E. So pluck each string and say it with me. E, A, D, G, B, E. Now when you pick the note, you're going to pick down towards the ground. Okay? Let's try it one more time. E, A, D, G, B, E. Okay, notice I'm not pressing down. We don't need to. Let's just make some sound and have some fun. So now I'm going to play a sequence. Okay, we're going to play B string, D string, A string, E string. That's B, D, A, and E. So take a second and find those notes. B, D, A, E. And then go along with me. B, D, A, E. Okay, now try going on your own. I'll play as well, but try moving on your own. All right, so moving on, we're going to learn a little bit about musical rhythm. This is the skeleton key that unlocks many, many possibilities in music. You want to understand how to count beats and time in music because it's different than a regular clock. So we're going to apply what's called a half note value to each of the notes we just played, the B, D, A, and E. Now a half note has the value of 2 beats, 2 units of musical time. So I would hit the note, the B, and count 1, 2 like this. 1, 2. Then I move on to the D, I'd hit it, and I'd count 3, 4. So in music, we go in groups of 4 in general, and then we start over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is called a measure. So when you're counting in groups of 4, it's called a measure. Now you could have groups of 5, 6, 7, but for our sake, we're going to count in groups of 4. So 1, 2, then we go to the D, 3, 4, then we go to the A, 1, 2, and then we go to the E, 3, 4. So let's try it together a little slower. Always pick towards the ground. Ready, go. B, 2, D, 2, A, 2, E. Now we put the time in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to get a nice firm and high quality sound by plucking, not crazy aggressively, but not light. Hit the string. All right, I'm going to put on a drum beat. I'm going to play this progression. Why don't you go ahead and join me? 3, 4, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, If that was too fast for you, good. I tried to make it a little too fast because that's a lesson. You always want to play things to the speed that you can play them at cleanly. If it's too fast, then it's not going to sound right because you're not going to have control of the situation. You're better off practicing a little slower, getting it right, building confidence, and then gradually picking up the speed. Let's try it a little slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I'm going to put the beat back on and I'm going to call out the changes, but you play. So I'm not going to give you the guide track. You go ahead and play. Same progression. B, D, A, and E. 2, 3, 4, play. B, switch. D, switch. A, switch. E. Go ahead and start again. B, switch. D, switch. A, switch. E. I'll switch to counting now. You play. 1, 2, switch. 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, switch. 3. One more time. 1, 2, switch. 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, switch. 3, 4. Okay, so that's how I'm going to build this course on YouTube. Is very much how I instruct here at Guitar Ninjas. Bare bones, one step at a time. Let's get really good at that. Let's get really good at holding our guitar, creating our routine, keeping our guitar in tune, and then learning to count. I can't stress enough how important that is. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to what's called fret a note, like actually press down. If you found any value out of this video, it's helping you a little bit, just go ahead and click the subscribe button. You'll always know when I put out a new beginner video, and then eventually you'll see all the expert level stuff that we have up here too. But I'm here for the beginners as well. I love teaching beginner guitar. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions by putting them in the comments below. We'll see you in the next video.